You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, and welcome to episode 273 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the second episode of the year, and boy are we excited. Today, I've got a special guest and another special guest. It's two special guests for the price of one, which is appropriate for the second episode of the year. Now, last week we had special guest Krista, and today we've got special guest G. Why don't both you girls say hello?
Hello. Hello.
We are in the same location as last week. So once again, live on location. It's very exciting. Although when you're listening to this, it won't be live because this is a pre-recorded show. But you knew that already. Oh, I'm on a roll today, aren't I, girls?
Yep. Sure. If that's what you want to call it.
Okay. All right. So this podcast has been, at least 6 months in the making?
Something like that. Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. It's true. It's true.
It is.
Because what you wanted to do, G, was start up your own show.
I do, and I did, but I'm quite content being co-host and guest, and I'm liking that idea right now because the dildo slinging business is like taking off like a rocket.
Is that right? Is that right? Well, why don't you, how about...
Buzz, 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 vroom, vroom.
On that
Put
note...
Mazda to shame.
There
vroom,
you
vroom.
go. There you go. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
All right.
Who you are, what you do, all that kind of good stuff.
Alrighty, so
where they can find you, too.
I almost waved. Wave. I'm going to wave, so I'm waving at all of you. My name is Gaelyn MacKenzie. Most people know me as G, which is quite funny because we're here at Amore, and G-spot is quite frequently called out around here. And
where are we?
At Amore For Your Pleasure, which is the proper adults-only store on the corner of Cora and Douglas. We're actually standing in the old Bank of Montreal, so it's still a really good place to deposit your money, and now you actually get more bang for your buck.
Oh my, so to speak.
Right? You thought you were on a roll. I don't know. Here we go.
I think you're putting me to shame here.
So the reason we say adults-only store is because the store is very bright. It's very open. It's very welcoming. And we pride ourselves on education. We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to talk to us. So it's not blacked out windows. There isn't some creepy guy in the corner in a trench coat because he's standing in front of me. And, and it's not dirty and dingy. It's like I said, it's bright.
It is.
So that's what an adult store versus sex store. That's how we picture the difference.
Adult store versus sex shop.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we'll always be called sex shop. There is still a little bit of taboo, but not nearly like it used to be. The people are really coming out of their shell, and we're reaping the benefits of it. I'm not going to lie. Thank you so much. The support in Sault Ste. Marie has been amazing. We've been in business for 11 years, though.
11 years?
11 years.
In the same location?
Nope. We've been in this location for... 6 years this year. Oh. But we started actually at Studio 10.
Okay.
Yeah, we took over the pre-existing, completely revamped it, thank goodness. And yeah, here we are.
And for listeners who don't know the Studio 10, which has since burnt down, that was one of the strip clubs here in downtown Sault Ste. Marie.
Yep, it was. Yep. That was a sad day when it burnt down, to be honest. That was an icon of Sault Ste. Marie, let's be honest.
Well, what did we have? Studio 10 and the Beaver.
Yep. Well, the Beaver was Studio 10 at the beginning, was it not?
I think they were separate.
I don't know. And then there was the Purple Lantern or something like that up on Great Northern Road. I don't.
Well, that was a bar. That was never a strip club, as far as I know.
No, I think it was a combination of both.
No, I did not know.
If I remember. I could be wrong.
But now there's no strip clubs left in the town.
No.
It's very sad. You can't go see naked women for free.
No, not at Amore either.
That is a good point.
We don't do naked. We do beautifully dressed women around here because, of course, not only do we sell all the toys, but we have a full line of lingerie. So, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the product offerings you do have here for people who might be curious. What kind of things do you have?
Where do we begin? Well, we kind of divide ourselves into 5 categories. So we've got novelty, and I'm counting on my fingers, of course. So we've got novelty, and that includes all your fun party stuff. So a lot of bachelorette and bachelor party. If you just want to have a good, fun night with the gang, we got all sorts of games and decorations. We still sell video, and we actually still have a lot of people that buy DVDs.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of people realize that there is some danger with looking porn up on your computer. You got to be really careful where you look.
Right.
If you're going to type in grandfather clock, do not forget the L.
Oh my.
Lotions. So we carry full lines of lubes, bath products, massage oils, and of course, toys. Men's, women's, couples, everything under the sun. And then lingerie. And for our lingerie, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is that we believe in all body shapes and sizes.
Yes, that's one thing when I first came in here I noticed in the display. You had plus size, you had regular size, you had all the sizes in between. It was...
And no lying, it's real sizes. So when we tell you that it's a 3X, 4X, not for your calf. It actually will fit a voluptuous queen properly and nicely.
Yeah, I was impressed, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
It was quite surprising.
Yeah. I mean, you don't take a 3X, 4X. You fit the large, extra large beautifully. And the shade of red is perfect for you.
Right? Yes, that's a story for another day.
That's the next podcast.
I believe it was Merlot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And for the toys, I mean, like I said, we carry some of the most popular lines, and then, lots of good stuff around here for sure.
Such as?
Satisfier is our #1 seller.
Tell me more about that.
Well, I mean, first of all, the name is fantastic, Satisfier. It's this really interesting air pulse technology. So they're mostly external stimulation toys, which means clitoral. And like I said, it's this fascinating air pulse technology, but now they've branched out and they make regular vibrators. They make a full line of men's toys as well.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what a men's toy, generally speaking, they're called strokers or masturbators.
Okay.
I'm sure your imagination can take you farther on that one.
I'm sure it could, yes.
And they also have app-controlled toys.
Oh.
So you download an app onto your phone.
Nice.
Yes, and that's also the WeVibe line, which a lot of people know that one because they were one of the first people to design couples toys. So a toy that can be worn during intercourse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of things that you can download on your phone, you know what else you can download on your phone?
What?
This promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network.
Hey, we're Monkeying Around, a podcast about the monkeys.
Almost 12 years old. Davy Jones was it for me.
I was having problems dancing and tamborining. I got overzealous and overly excited.
Like, we've had our own little version of Monkey Mania 50 years later, which is just crazy.
Be sure to like and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and monkeyingaround.com.
And we're back. And that has nothing to do with the adult toy business. But back to that.
Yeah.
Yes. You also have a fetish and fantasy room, I see.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, that was the 5th one, is the bondage room, which a lot of people are still scared of the BDSM, but this is where education comes in.
Yes.
Is that some parts of the room are vanilla, they're beginner.
Okay.
And then we have, the swings that you hang from your ceiling, and body swings and cuffs and ropes and whip and all that good
all the stuff.
Right? But I love that it's expanded so much that it went from a few hooks on our wall when we first started to it has an entire room now.
It does.
Yeah,
with
with
nice,
a jail cell.
And the nice purple curtains that block it off.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I've walked in there and I've seen a few things, and it's cringe-inducing.
It can be.
And it looks like pain.
Yep, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
It can be gentle.
Right?
Yeah.
Kenzie.
Yeah. I can fully admit, I don't like pain.
No.
I have zero tolerance for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie, the nipple clamp wall kind of scares me.
Yikes.
Because there's a wide variety of them now, but hey, again, no judgment. Never any judgment passes through these doors. We're here to help, not judge.
I prefer the ones in there that have the the adjustable.
Yeah, those are
Right?
a little nicer.
If something just clamps or clips or snaps, it's like, I can't control that pressure. I don't like that idea.
No. Yeah. I mean, we offer both, though. Yeah, for those that are a little more advanced or a little more into it, we've got,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And so what's this about communication is open here?
So, well, first of all, it is a queer-owned shop. So that, it's very safe space in here. And we encourage people to talk. We want you to ask us questions.
Right.
We're here to help you. And if we don't know the answer, because, hey, I've been doing this for 11 years now, and going on 12 this summer, and no, I don't know everything by any stretch. I mean, it's constantly an evolving industry, constantly a buzzing industry, shall we say. So we really, when you come in, you know, how are you doing today? Is there anything we can help you find? And we let you look around. But if you have any questions, we don't want people to hesitate to ask, right?
That's fair.
Because again, no judgment. Obviously, you're in here because you want to spice up either your sex life, you're with your partner, solo, with your group, with your mistress, whoever. No matter to us, as long as it's consensual. So that's what we mean by communication. And of course, staff, we all talk, we all share our stories, we all give each other feedback and talk about the different toys. Some of us are more well-versed in other areas than, you know, like one employee, the bondage room is definitely her area. She can answer a few more questions in there than the rest of us want to or can. And,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good then.
Yeah.
And you said a lot more men have been coming in lately?
It's, you know what, so that's one of there's a few tough questions, but that's one of the toughest questions. People ask me all the time, oh, you must have a bigger women clientele. No, I can't tell you who my bigger clientele. I have days where, we do see more women. I have days where it's almost all men that I see. So we can't really say who we see more of.
Okay.
But one thing that Krista had mentioned was that, guys, it's okay to talk about it. It really is. Again, we're not your spouse, so it might be a little more comfortable to be able to say, hey, he's not working so well, what do I do, right? Because that's not an easy subject to talk to your spouse about. I can't imagine, but... Right,
it's true, yeah.
And I was saying that I've noticed in the 11 years that men are becoming more comfortable and more open.
Okay.
And I applaud that because I want you guys to be. Women, it's a little bit easier for us to talk about it because, well, we have the parts.
Right, yeah.
Right? But we encourage the men to explore and to talk because
that's never been a thing that we were raised with.
No, exactly. It's not as taboo as it used to be.
No, it's
the
way
men.
more
You
open.
guys even have your own little alcove over here, full of men's toys,
which is impressive.
Yeah, yeah. There's some really interesting ones over there for sure.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, self-stroking. It strokes for you. Suction cup for fun shower use.
Oh my! Okay.
Yeah.
I do get quite a few men that come in and say they're looking for something for their wife, girlfriend, whatever. And, which is nice. I love that they come in. They never know what they need. And every single one of them have always eventually says, I should have brought her with me. Yep,
pretty much. And my favorite is around Christmas and Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I call them my deer in headlights because they literally walk through the door and they stop dead and they're like, help. And I'm like, okay, well, what are we thinking? And they just stare at me, mouth hanging, going, I'm like, okay, what's your budget? Give me your card. I'll shop for you.
I start off with, what does she like? You know, is any part of your play lacking a little bit? Do we need to, spice that up?
Yep.
Anything? Which, of course, most men will be like, no.
We're not trying
judging.
to insult or judge. We're trying to help.
Yeah. If you don't tell me what's wrong, I can't help you fix it.
Exactly. Hence why this is also a predominantly woman business run industry.
Right, makes sense.
I've had guys say, well, would you hire a man? Obviously, I have to be careful what I say because I don't want sexual harassment or, not trying to be discriminatory. But first of all, from the woman point of view, a lot of women, they want to show what they look like in their lingerie. They have personal issues they need to talk about. We're not going to talk about that with a man.
No.
And then on the men's side, we have a very open gay community that supports us. We have cross-dressers, trans, and a lot of them, they want to try on lingerie. They want to try on different outfits.
Of course.
They're not going to do that with another man.
No, definitely not.
You know, and same thing, other guys, you might joke around about certain things with a beer in your hand around the campfire.
That's right.
But sometimes you need a serious answer and you need a serious conversation.
And from my own experience, I would be more comfortable coming in here
Yep.
with a woman behind the counter than some guy.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, actually, I'll never forget when we very first opened, my ex worked the store every once in a while, and I had a gentleman come in and he was asking about prostate massagers, which men, oh my god, get over the gay stamina. Prostate massage and anal play is actually extremely healthy for you because it can help prevent cancer, enlargement of the prostate. Right? See, this is what I mean about the education part.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you've got products here that if I wanted to pick that up, I could just go get some.
Yeah, right there.
Right over there.
Just over there.
Yeah, exactly. Right behind you.
Oh, boy. That's just how we like
Bend
it,
over,
right?
Sean.
Oh.
We've got the lube. Don't worry. We'll treat you right.
So you got a full array of products. That,
Well, very much
yeah.
so. Yeah, very much so. And I was talking to this gentleman, and he was so uncomfortable, and I said, would it make you more comfortable if I brought in our male employee? And without skipping a beat, he's like, oh my God, don't you dare. Please don't, I'll leave. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm so sorry. He goes, I'm having a hard enough time talking to you. He goes, you bring a male in here and you'll never see me again. I went, okay, he's not coming. Like, don't worry, it was just a question.
Yeah.
You know, and same with women. It's unfortunately society, right? A woman walks in, they see a man. I hate to say it, but 9 out of 10 women are kind of go predator, which is wrong, and not all men by any stretch.
Nope.
But that's
It's
kind
the
of
way it is right now.
right?
It is
So-
just the way it is.
It's a
I'm sure
safe
there
space.
are men out there who could do the job beautifully.
Yes.
I'm sure there are many gay men out there who could do the job beautifully.
Right? Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, that's just the way it's perceived right now. So we have to work with that.
Yep. But we have definitely come a long way of the perception of what a sex shop is. Not just from my shop, but, you know, shops, there's some cute ones. There's a really cute one in Sudbury that they kind of run the same way. They're not dark and dingy and hidden away. It's just this cute little building on one of the main, you know, and then of course there's like the stag shops that are 3 bloody floors in Toronto.
I'm sure.
Like those are insane. I mean, I wouldn't complain if we had extra floors. I think it would be amazing to
be very
expand
cool.
like that. It would be fun, but one day.
I think the idea is to get people to understand that this is just normal.
Exactly. And we've gotten that far. I feel like we are definitely, a lot of people suffered drastically, like business-wise. Mentally, we all suffered drastically with the hit of COVID. COVID was the best thing to ever happen to us.
Is that right?
100%. Because
People
first
were
of all,
home and they needed things to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that it brought a lot of people closer. It brought a lot of relationships closer.
I can see that.
So people had to relearn their partners because you were stuck at home together.
Makes
so
sense.
you kind of looked at them in a whole different light and went, okay, wait a minute. We were missing this. And since COVID hit, I can't describe how business has boomed, like, and how many new people we're seeing on a daily basis.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you. And it again, what makes me the happiest about it is not, I mean, yes, obviously that it provides for my family, but just the fact that, yay, it's not taboo and people are happy and people want to explore and they found a safe way to do it.
Good.
So,
That's awesome. So we're going to have you back several times.
Okay. Yay. I have lots to say, can you tell?
No, not at all. So listeners, write in soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. What do you want G to talk about? Do you need sex advice? Do you want product reviews? Something else that we can't even think of?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Do you have a website?
So unfortunately we don't.
But Facebook page?
A website has been an absolute nightmare for me. But yes, we are Amore For Your Pleasure on Facebook. Also, you can look up Gaelyn MacKenzie, so Gaelyn. I populate quickly because I'm one of the only Gaelyns out there. And my personal page isn't always personal. A lot of business gets tagged on there too.
Okay.
And you can always hear us advertising on the radio and stuff like that. We have an email address, but most people, if they have any questions, feel free to private message us because it's just myself and my staff that see it. So it's a completely safe messaging system.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you want to tell the...
I don't think so. Oh, we're open 6 days a week. I don't know. I mean, that's
You're closed Sundays.
Yeah. Sundays is the only day we're closed.
Okay. That sounds good. That's perfect. And Krista, anything else you wanted to say? Any more closing thoughts or anything
I
like
am
that?
so not coming on the next episode with G. Not unless we put ball gag in her mouth.
I know. She talked so much in your last one. I found a way to keep her quiet.
Ball gags are things you can buy here?
Yes. Yeah. We have
There
a
you
whole
go.
room full of them.
Perfect.
Ta-da!
So we're all set. We're all set.
Thank you.
So halfway through a sentence, you'll suddenly hear.
I learned how to spit those out a long time ago, honey.
Oh, my. All right, listeners. Hope you had fun listening to the G-Spot episode. We're going to have this as a recurring theme. We don't know how often or when, basically based on G's schedule. But take care of yourselves and each other. Leave a review in the podcatcher of your choice. And remember, someday you'll look back on all the progress you made and be so glad that you didn't give up. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
If you're loving this podcast, you should tell a friend about it.
Spread the word about podcasts you think they would enjoy. There's something for everyone, from entertainment and lifestyle
to news and politics
and more. Share it on social media. Believe it or not, some people don't know how great podcasts are,
or even how to find and listen to them.
You can help change that with a click. Tell your friends about your favorite podcast.
Thanks for spreading the word.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.